Hey, Jess.
Hey, Elizabeth, what's up?
Nothing.
How's Relief Society?
Well, visiting teaching's up 12%. Hashtag charity never faileth. What about you?
Not much. Camry got called to the activities committee. Brielle gave a really great talk, but Drenessa is just really struggling in the dating scene. Hashtag sweet spirit. Oh my heck! Did you hear that Mikkel is pregnant? Hashtag she's 21. Hashtag baby hungry. Hashtag I need a boyfriend.
Well, David Archuleta just got back from his mission. Hashtag he was in Chile. Hashtag we found out. Hashtag not a big secret. Hashtag David Archuleta. Hashtag I'm available.
Well, how was your date with Dallin Ellsworth?
Lame. Hashtag group date. Hashtag hike to the Y. Hashtag again. Hashtag why I say life. Hashtag I'm an 8-cow woman.
Hashtag Mohana, you ugly.
Hashtag all the men are ugly. Hashtag I wish the Romney boys were still single.
Hashtag Romney for prize. Hashtag I loved the documentary. Hashtag bawled my eyes out. Hashtag meal and prayer. Hashtag sweet hour of prayer. Sweet hour of prayer.
Hashtag seriously so blessed. What'd you do last night? I didn't see you at the stake activity. Hashtag church dance.
No, I was just out with some friends. Hashtag nightlife. Hashtag bar hopping. Hashtag JK. Hashtag I'm a Mormon.
I just watched the new Mormon message with President Uchtdorf. Hashtag silver fox. Hashtag I fly planes. Hashtag accents are sexy.
Hashtag stop it.
Hashtag what a great talk. Hashtag LDS comp. Hashtag MoTap. Hashtag music in a spoken word. Hashtag love is spoken here. Hashtag love one another. Hashtag another day, another destiny.
Hashtag the never-ending road to Calvary.
Hashtag he is risen, he is risen. Hashtag Easter Sunday. Hashtag funeral potatoes. Hashtag I ate way too much.
Hashtag everyday occurrence. Hashtag Cafe Rio. Hashtag is one pork salad ever really enough?
Hashtag never.
Hashtag free meal. Hashtag no meal. Hashtag fast Sunday. Hashtag starving. Hashtag is it dinner yet?
Time for word prayer.
Hashtag BYU problems.
I had a dream last night, I didn't know which floor